So if you were wanting to change the springiness on your DX transmitter, or if you're wanting to change the drag to more firm on the throttle, or you wanted to set it to the click click click, that's all possible. You just have to flip the transmitter over. There's 2 access holes behind these rubber plugs, plus behind the rubber grips are more access holes to adjust the spring tension. Well, let me show you. Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. So we recently did a video on the NX transmitter series about adjusting the gimbals, and how on this transmitter they made it so easy because all of the adjustment screws are on the front of the transmitter and fairly accessible. Around each gimbal there's several different holes with little Phillips head screws inside, and each of them do a different adjustment. You can adjust the tension on the stick if you want it to easily move up and down or have a little drag on it. You can also adjust the spring for centering, and you can adjust, instead of it smoothly going up and down, you can adjust where it click, 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 kind of like that. And there's other adjustments. You can adjust the travel on how far the stick moves up and down to get 100% travel. You can kind of change it where you have a short throw or a long throw. So there's several adjustments, and there's a couple more that you can do to adjust your gimbals. Well, after that video, I got several comments, people asking about some of the DX transmitters and some of the older DX Generation 1 transmitters, specifically the DX8 Gen 1 people were asking about. They were saying, hey, are those adjustments, can they be done on the DX8 Gen 1, the silver transmitters? And the answer is yes. And then people were asking about some of the Generation 2 transmitters. And yes, those adjustments can be made, but they're not as easy as the NX with all the adjustment screws on the front. So hey, you guys are in luck. I've got a donor DX8 Gen 1 that I use for parts, and all the adjustment screws are easily accessible for us to see and show you guys what it would take if you wanted to make some adjustments on one of your transmitters. So let me dig it out and let's take a look-see. Hang on. Before I dig out our donor transmitter, hey, now's a good time for you guys to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Looks like over 300 people have unsubscribed in the past few months, so check to make sure that you're subscribed. If you get anything out of my videos, I would appreciate if you would do that. YouTube won't put me in front of other people unless they see that people like what they watch, and I just want to help as many people as I can, so I need to get put out in front of as many as possible. So I'd appreciate the thumbs up, the subscription, and the comments. How about a video idea? And okay, let me get my donor. Hang on. Before we get the donor out, we'll do a quick recap on the gimbal adjustments for the NX series transmitter. So the screws that are for the adjustments of the gimbals are so conveniently placed on the front of the transmitter on the NX series. So there's one here, and here, and here, and then here, and here, and here, and here, and also behind this cover, and behind that cover, and behind that cover, and that cover. I'll take one off just to show you that these little covers are easy to get off, and there's some switches in here, click, click, and that changes the throw. Let's say that you want a long travel, or you just want a little bit of travel, and it's still 100% of the movement of the stick, but it can be done like that or all the way up. You can change it on all accesses, plus all the little adjustment screws for a Phillips screwdriver, or for you can adjust the springiness, you can adjust the drag, you can change it to where instead of it's smooth like that, it can be click, click, click. And there's several other adjustments. But on the NX transmitter, everything is very convenient on the front. Now, to answer your guys' question about the other ones, let me show you. All right, just like our UMX planes that come with a nice box, you know, the carrying case, and it has the foam insert inside the box that you can use to work on your UMX plane. You can turn your plane upside down in the foam and it holds it. Well, the same with the box that your transmitter came in. It makes it a nice way to hold your transmitter while you're working on it. Just like so. So this is the DX7S Gen 1. The DX8 Gen 1, they're the same. The DX9 is the same back as this. And I'm sure a couple others. But these little squares right here are rubber plugs. And you would gently pry these out. Get some tweezers or something. You want to dig them out. You don't want them to fall in. So you want to be careful. It can be done. But behind both of these are little Phillips screws to adjust the friction of the stick. So how easy or how much drag do you want on your sticks? So that is adjusting the friction, and that is pretty easy. Next adjustment is the springiness of the sticks. Do you want to have a spring on the throttle too, or do you want to change it to click, 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 or all that? Those adjustments are a little more difficult to get to. They're behind these rubber grips right here. Let me show you. And just like that, we got our donor transmitter. So once you gently remove the rubber grips here, there's a little bit of glue, plus there's these little rubber tits that you've got to gently get out of these holes. So you just start with a little tiny flathead screwdriver or maybe an X-Acto blade or something, and you'd want to slowly try to get a corner coming, and then as you start working up on it, you need to gently pop each one of the little tits out. You don't want to take your time. Don't get in any hurry getting these off, and you can put them back on, no problem. If you're really concerned they're going to come out, you could put a little glue stick or something. But I have removed mine several times and popped them back in. So the next set of adjustments, once you get the rubber grips off, are here, here, and here, and here, here, and here. And right here we can see a letter M. You see the M, and then here we can see some arrows going this way, and here we see arrows going this way. So this screw here would be for the rudder. This right here would be for the throttle, and so on and so forth on this side. The hole above it that's labeled M, that's for mode. If you're wanting to change your transmitter from mode 2 that it's most likely in to a different mode where the throttle might be on the other side of the transmitter, that is what you would use these two screw holes for. Plus you need to take the transmitter completely apart and access some stuff inside. You need to change the throttle stop, and there's a bunch of stuff to it. I don't know why any of us would need to change the mode, but just in case. Then there's more screws that are accessible, and there's some other stuff that needs to be done if you want to really change the mode. But when we're reaching through the holes right here is for the side to side, and right here is for the up and down. Let me get the stick straight. See that screw right here? Voila, I got another one. So back to our screw right here that shows the arrow going this way, and this one. So for the side to side and the up and down, this screw is that one, and then this screw is that one. And you can see that this little jack screw would change the tension on this spring right here. And then this guy changes the tension on that spring right there. So that is if you wanted to change the tightness of the spring. That's what this one and this one is for. And the mode, we're not even going to talk about the mode. I don't have any need to change it, and I don't think you guys would need to either. And one more thing while you're inside of it, if you took the cover off, these two screws right here adjust the click, 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 and the drag for it as well. As you tighten these two down, it just puts pressure on this cam going back and forth, and that's what's making the clicking noise. But if you did want to change the stick tension, or maybe a spring broke or something, that's where those are. It's not too hard to get these grips back on. I tell you what, I've got to put the sides on to get it to close up. So it's the same concept over here. You just want to get the little rubber tits in there, in their respectful home. A little easier to do when I'm not trying to make sure I get it on the camera. Maybe, there we go. So it's not all that hard. If you want to win a jet like this, all you have to do is subscribe. Click the like button and leave a comment. And then ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. At 1,000 subscribers, we gave this jet away. At 5,000, we're going to give another one. I don't know what it is yet. We'll see when that time comes. So hey, subscribe guys. Happy flying. Thank you guys. Hey, that's all I got for this one. Well, now you can see my pretty face. There we go. Alright, hey, that's all I got for this one. I hope everybody has a good weekend. Hope everybody gets to go out and do a little flying. I hope to on Sunday. Tomorrow, Saturday, it looks like it's going to be pretty breezy. Like 11, gusting 18 or something like that. So tomorrow's probably out of the question. Sunday looks like, I think it like 8, gusting, around the same. So much better flying conditions on Sunday. It looks like. We'll see. The weather's always subject to change. You just never know. So, all right, guys. Hey, thank you. Until next time, see me here. Yep, right there. Okay. Adios.